her over. There was a conversation and perhaps some fooling around might happen. I'm always open to that. If it doesn't happen, it's okay. She comes over and already she's way bigger than I thought she was going to be. But that's usually, so she's like, she could have maybe, she was pushing about 300, I would say.
Jesus.
And I know, well, that's thin for hair. So I know it's horrible. Please believe me.
Well, you're getting into that whole body shaming kind of thing,
I'm going to body shame because this woman was obese. God damn it. So she and like, I live on a driveway, like the driveway from hell, and many of my friends will say this is like, you go up this driveway.
Oh yeah. I've seen pictures. You've shown me pictures.
It's a steep driveway, and then you got to walk up steps, and because of
it gets really nice and icy out there. It turns into an adventure and everything.
Oh man!
And there's also trying to figure out how to negotiate the car on an icy road too.
Yeah, that was not fun. It's not funny. It's not fun.
Yeah.
So I'm like I get her up. I'm already like sensing the hilarity of what's going to happen because I'm trying to get her. I tell her like, park on the street. Don't park in the driveway because if you park in the driveway, you got to go up, and then my car is parked there, and you'll have to do like a 12-point turn to get out. It's a project. Park on the street. Walk up. Parks on the street. I kind of like walk her up. She's already like wheezing and everything. It's like literally like John Candy trying to do anything. Yeah.
I'm adding sound effects for.
So she gets. I get her up in here. So she's literally like wheezing for like 5 minutes, and I get her sat down. I get her in my man cave, and we start watching some stuff, and we're just kind of talking. I have this sort of interesting bed that is like. It's kind of a bed, but it's a couch. I use it as a couch because I sleep on the floor. Because I'm like, I always think I'm like Bad Ronald, like living in a like I'm used to like sleeping on the floor, and I've got like pictures of Eternia there. And okay, so I'm like, I got the bed couch, sitting on the bed couch, and I'm telling her now, be careful because remember this is a 300-pound woman ish. I get her to kind of sit on the corner because this bed is like very fragile. It does it to me too. I'm like, she's literally like twice my weight, and I'll sit on the thing, and there's just kind of like the base support board thing will go choom and fall down. Because I have like the sort of the metal thing on the bottom. It's just it's a little loose. I can never whack it in just right to hold it in. So every once in a while I got to lift it up. I got to put it back. But luckily it's protected, and this is where I like start to lose people. This is where I start to lose women when I talk about like my life. Luckily, it doesn't go that far down because I have like literally like the porn magazines of like 20 years of porn. Like it's like a history of porn there under the bed. So it breaks the fall. So it only maybe goes just a little bit down because it's all these like magazines. By the way, moving those, I did debate like, what do I want to throw away? What do I want to not throw away when I was moving? And I was like, no, I got to save all my home theater magazines. I got to save the porn because you never know. It gets lonely up here. And so the porn, and so I tell her about that. She's already kind of starting to give me the look. She starts talking about her whole sort of sexual proclivities. I start like telling her my ideas on it and how it's kind of stupid and it's like really super offending her. And so I'm like, all right, I'm already going down. I don't care. She's like, starts to like, just like give me this like attitude, and until eventually she's like, "You're an idiot!" right to my face. "You're an idiot!" And I said, "I am."
Yeah.
I'm not even going to argue with you.
In your home, she calls you an idiot.
Yeah. And at that point, I could have kicked her ass out, but I'm like, would I roll her out? I don't know. But I'm like, I'm going to see where this goes because I'm going down in flames to get some comedy out of this maybe. And then for some reason, she wants to like watch something on the TV, and we're like, so we ended up watching like the season premiere of The Bachelor on Hulu, and she's picking apart all these women, and I'm picking apart the women and everything, and then it seemed to go okay. Nothing happened. She seemed to find me so harmless that she was so hot in the room or something. She seemed to find me so harmless. She just like changed her shirt, took her top off, didn't care, like I'm some sort of like neutral being or something. The breasts were tremendous, but of course the rest of her was too. So I don't know if I could.
So she stopped seeing you as a threat and started seeing you as I don't know, like maybe like you weren't even there. like you were just a piece of furniture. Just
and this is how I feel like most women see me, of like this sort of.
It's kind of weird. You're telling me that she's like obese. She's like somebody who is not. I mean, like, what is she on a 10 scale? Like a 2 or a 3?
A 300. Let's 300. See. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna go Seattle. We're gonna go like Seattle, like 1 to 10.
Yeah, I guess.
We're gonna go.
Yeah, what is she for?
If we go New York 1 to 10, she'd be like a -15.
Okay.
Okay. You told me, like, you get all the great women, like in L.A., New York. That's like a whole other level that we never see here. I give her a Seattle. I'm gonna be kind and give her like a Seattle 3.
Okay, Seattle 3.
Because the standards are so low here.
So I mean, but she evidently thinks that she is not a Seattle 3. She thinks she's
I think she was aware of her weight. She did, again, they find me so harmless that they start talking about their insecurities, because it's like, of course I'm no threat. They're not going to fuck me.
When she told you were an idiot, you should have said, don't you worry about your health? Or something, something that could really rankle with her, because then you could get. She'd probably be one of these people who is proud of her body or something. I don't know.
I don't think she's proud. I think she did talk about how she's like trying to work on this, because she did when she first started. She's like, now look, I am very overweight, and I'm like, okay, I've dealt with this before, and I have, but so. We do that. I get her out. We're done watching. It didn't go. And after that, it was like it went to shit. But then it was like it was at least salvageable, and there was no argument, because I'm like, I'm not going to give people the argument that they want, because that can piss them off even more. Mm-hmm. I'm non-confrontational. I'm more like I absorb it and just like smile in their face, and then that pisses them off even more.
Where can I ask you where you look to find these women?
On the dating apps,
What are we talking, like Tinder? Are we talking like
Tinder? I think she was a Tinder. Let's see. OkCupid, Plenty of Fish.
Plenty of Fish.
I know.
Okay.
And so it's basically the dating app. I go on the free one. Some of them are, you go on Match.com. That costs money, and that can weed out a lot of the poor fucks like me to women. And I actually talked to a woman. This was literally like 10 years ago. She was telling me, I don't really judge on income, but I judge on education level, because that's going to be sort of predetermined income. So if like they're a doctor or a dentist or a lawyer or something, they're going to have money. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to think of what I write on mine. And one of them it says occupation. I just write raconteur.
Raconteur, yeah.
Raconteur, and then they have to look it up, and then that makes me seem smart, because I am. But so I get this woman out, I get her outside, I roll her down the hill, I guess, and then I hug her, I'd say good luck to you, but then like the conversation goes to she might want to hang out again. Because she's already like, and there's a few women have done this to me, where it's like, oh, I'm going to dress you. I'm going to take you out Value Village, and we're going to dress you properly, and we're going to do this. I'm like, first of all, look here. I'm not changing for nobody. And I dress fine. I dress nice. I'm clean. I have good underwear. I have good hygiene. Don't bust my balls. Maybe you lose 100 pounds, and then you can talk about like looking how I'm supposed to look. Okay? Badass?
Okay.
So
how did that fly?
I didn't say that to her. No. Of course. Look, she's going to be in her bubble. This is where it's like why I don't argue with people most of the time, because I'm like, you're going to believe what you're going to believe. I can rock your boat and I can tell you the truth, but you're not going to believe me. And then I got to deal with your bullshit, and it's just extra bullshit that I know is coming, because I can predict. I'm like, I've dealt with enough people to know this. You can't win. You can't win.
Yeah.
Can't break even, and you can't get out of the game.
Yeah.
So I get her, and then she's like, we should hang out again. And I'm like, okay. And then I text her, make sure she texts me when she gets home, because I always say, like, will you text me when you get home? Because I am a sweet. I said, will you text me when you get home so I know you're okay? Even though I hate your ass.
Yeah.
So she gets home, she texts me, and she's like, yeah, we should hang out again. And I'm like, probably not. I'm not feeling it. You're not feeling it. And then she's like, oh, thank God you said that. And I'm like, why be polite? You were already a total bitch to me. Why be polite now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why hang out with me? How long could I have kept this going? How long could I have hung out with you? What were you going to do to me? How much were you going to keep me around to just insult me more? Like this is the kind of women I meet. I'm cursed in that area sometimes. So that goes, whatever. But then, okay. Then the real adventure was beginning. The human adventure was just beginning.
Yes.
I'm still on the OkCupid. I start talking to a woman again. This was maybe a couple weeks later. And this is going really well. And I think I talked to you a little bit about this woman that I was going to meet. How I was all excited, how we had like long conversations and this is a woman. And again, I'm not going to get into particulars. I'm going to be really vague on her because she might actually listen to this at some point. And she actually does kind of have like, I'm going to be really vague. Attractive woman, not from here, from a few states, has worked in the acting industry.
Okay.
I will say mostly stage work. Has made a living at it. Incredibly smart. Very worldly, traveled, way more educated than I will ever be. And somehow I was able to sort of engage her in a conversation because I guess even with my GED, I'm smarter than most people, I guess, which makes me feel bad for smart people because it's like, dude, you have a degree and you're dumber than me.
Well, you're what we call an autodidact.
Now, would that be like when you just see something and you know how to do something?
It's just somebody who is self-taught, basically self-taught. Their intellect, their intelligence.
Like Elton John when he learned how to play. I saw the movie. By the way, if you see that movie, Rocket Man, really good movie about Elton John. It's actually like a musical story of his life.
I can't wait till they do the sequel. They'll call it The Bitch Is Back. Anyway.
Well, they kind of cover his whole life. So I don't know if they'll be able to get. I think that song is in there though.
The bitch is back. So I'm talking to this woman. It's going great. It's getting closer and closer. We have like a 2.5 hour conversation, then like a 3.5 hour conversation. Then we have like a 9.5 hour conversation. Okay.
That starts at like 10 p.m. my time. Well, it's her time too. She lives here now. She lives here now too, so it's her time too. From about 10 o'clock at night till 7:30 in the morning. Now, for her, it was worse because she's actually like on a human schedule. I'm a little more like get up late kind of thing, so I was able to like go to bed at like 8 in the morning and then get up at like 11 or something. So I got some sleep, but I literally didn't even have enough time to eat. And then this gets to my story, and I think you also know about this. I'm like in that conversation, we had already planned to meet maybe a week from then. But I was able to kind of like say, we should just, we got to pull the scab off. We got to meet sooner. And so she's like, okay, how about Wednesday? And this is on Wednesday. Let's see, it's Sunday into Monday. And then we decide to meet Wednesday, which is great. I can do that. I can have my anal retentive schedule. I can fit her in. It's great. But I would say on Wednesday, because of the schedule, I didn't eat. So my whole sort of weird food schedule was messed up. I didn't eat, and then I ate my normal amount the next day, and then I must have like timed out wrong the levels of water in my body or something. I had a digestive situation that started on.
Oh yes, this is the
the poopening.
Yes, the tragic circumstance that occurred right before Corona happened.
Yes, yeah. I could have been. Look, I could have caught. Who knows if I caught?
This was wonderful. These updates on your colon.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm
that
very
was lovely.
My body. What can I say?
So this kind of interfered with your schedule.
Yes, because I get up Wednesday and I'm like, okay, something ain't right. This ain't right. And so I'm like, I'm just trapped now because of a friend of mine who lives close to. I actually also met on a dating app, but that was more sort of like it was okay to go into friend zone because we were initially like, this was a more friend zone thing almost immediately, so it was okay. And she lives close, and it's really good to have friends that live close, especially when something like this happens. And because I was telling her like, oh, I'm not doing good. And she's kind of like, well, I'm on my way home. And I just think like, fuck it, I'm going to ask. And I said, can you go to 7-Eleven and get me some like Imodium and she literally like came in through the bathroom window. She came up the driveway, walked in. There's like a window where the bathroom is. I'm literally trapped in there. She hands me my stuff. I take it and I'm better. Like within a few hours, I'm like, at least I'm not like pooping myself. And
this is lovely, lovely conversation here.
I know. I could get a lot grosser. Trust me. Thank God for like tiles that you can clean and underwear that you can change. My goodness, I haven't had a situation like that. I can't remember the last time I've had a situation. I'm usually rock solid about those kinds of things. At least I can make it. At least, but this was no. It could have been food poisoning for all I know, but probably not. Probably just the fluid balance in my body because I didn't eat the day before because I just didn't have time because of that long phone call. So I do that. I recover. I apologize repeatedly to the woman that I was going to meet. She understands. We continue to talk. Everything's fine. I meet her the next Monday, which was the original plan to meet her. And I'm a bit frazzled going there because it's during the rain and there's like a car accident on the freeway and I have to kind of go like it's kind of like halfway between us. So it's kind of in Bellevue and I meet her and I go full Dave. I do my business and it's fun. We meet, we talk. She's super into like my Star Wars references, thinks I'm funny. But then at the end of the date, or at the end of the meetup, I guess you could call it, mostly just talk about life. And I could kind of sense there was a wall because I kept like, I have a tendency to blab and I'm like, I kept talking and be like, well, I'm talking about me. I want to talk about you. What do you want? You want to tell me anything? And she's like, no. It's like she didn't want to share a lot. Maybe she just, I don't know. Maybe I really don't know. I'll never understand why.
Well, actress. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Actress.
Yeah,
I married one, so
yes,
I've dated them. So
she refers to herself as a recovering actress. It seemed like what she was doing is, she had some situation happen over there and she never got into it of like why, but it caused her to want to move away from there. And she knew a friend that lived here.
Yeah.
And she moved in with a friend.
You mean she's from California?
She's actually from Utah.
Went to California.
Actually no.
And then fled.
Utah did here, I guess I'll get a little more specific. Utah did like sort of like local stuff because there's a lot of stuff that's actually shot in Utah because it's a right to work state.
Yeah.
So we'll shoot there. She got a lot of like commercial work or something like that. Did some stuff, which by the way, none of which I've seen. So I was always wondering, like, is she real? And she was real. Then sort of had a stage career and did stage stuff. And by the way, she's like 34. Again, very attractive woman, very much my type, which just makes it like make me feel bad.
She has a pulse.
She's super nerdy. So I thought it went well. I was just kind of doing, I was kind of doing this for like an hour and a half, just being silly and talking about my life and what's going on. And then at the end of the meetup, and since we'd already had the conversation about like, don't put me in the friend zone. She's like, yeah, I could be friends with you. You're really funny and you're interesting. But since you don't want to do like friend zone thing and you're already,
I don't want to have anything to do with you.
Yeah. Which is, it makes sense.
Is that the end of the story with her?
I'm not, well, with her, yes. Basically, well, here's what happened. So we're leaving because the mall's about to close because it's 9 o'clock. That's what happens. Mall is about to close. It's 9 o'clock, and they go over the PA, and it's like this jarring, we're gonna close at 9 o'clock. We get it. Okay, we go out. It's great. On the way out, there is a nice woman in a wheelchair, and she thinks we're a couple, and because we're kind of hugging on the way out, I help the nice lady in the wheelchair out. And then basically, I think a part of the reason she rejected me was also she's like, I thought that the age difference wasn't going to be a problem, but it is. Now that's her.
It's very strange. You don't really look your age.
I know. Oh, believe me. I mean, look, I'm no slam against her, but look, I'm 48, she's 34. It would have looked fine. Trust me, it would have looked fine. I'm adorable. So she's like, you're just too old. Maybe I was making references to stuff maybe I should have known, because like we're in the bookstore and they're playing like Talking Heads, and I start doing kind of the thing with the big suit, the Stop Making Sense big suit. I start ding 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 ding. I start moving around and she's like not getting it at all. It's like, I need the big suit. It's like, what? And it's Talking Heads. What? She's 34. She should know who Talking Heads are, I would think.
Yeah.
If she's hip and she's educated and she works in New York, yes, because she's kind of went to New York and then came back here. But this was like the place, and we were talking about something. We were agreeing on a lot of things. I don't expect me to agree with everybody on everything. I don't expect everybody to get me or understand me or what my deal is or whatever. So we get out. We're out, like we're hugging goodbye.
Is she a Facebook friend by any chance?
She still is, but I kind of set my Facebook friends to like no one can see them but me. Because
I'm seeing somebody here. Is this the person?
Oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna go on Facebook.
She have dark hair, kind of
wait a minute. We don't want to get. I don't want to piss anybody off. Wait a minute. Let me close this. Let me close this. Let me close this. Let me do this. Alrighty. It's not that she's going to listen to this show anyway, but but she's still on my friends list, I think.
Does she have like an impish grin and a kind of spiritus looking and laughing eyes and arcing softly eyebrows?
Let's see. I guess you can see my friends list. That's most of them. Basically, I tried to fix it so on my friends list that you can't really see the friends list.
Yeah.
Because it literally looks like I'm some sort of like big pimp master, because I'll start talking to women and then get them on my friends list and then they never talk to me.
It's nothing but chicks.
It's nothing but chicks and all women that won't date me. Well, let's see. Well,
if that's her, she's not bad. I got to tell you.
Starts with a.
Does she have a nose ring?
Does she have a nose ring? No.
Like a little nose ring on the side, just a little tiny little nose ring.
Nope. It's a black and white picture.
I don't really see a black and white picture here.
Well, why don't we just leave it at that?
Oh wait, I do. Wait, okay,
I
don't think that's black and white.
I want to leave it at that because I don't want to get her on my shit list. Who knows?
This is a lot of babes here. I gotta say.
There is.
I'm not really seeing anything that looks black and white. I see a lot of weird shit, but it's all fucking chicks.
It is.
Wait, is it?
See, I love women. I don't hate women. I love women. They just don't love me.
This ain't black and white, but this one's got really big tits.
Well, it's a lot. There's a lot of them that do.
I mean,
obviously, I have a type.
It's bigger than my daughter. I mean, my whole daughter.
All of her. Okay, but so basically,
tits. Sorry, there's tits everywhere. How does this lead into Corona? By the way, I'm really dying.
We're getting there. So because that's like we're almost to the part of when this stuff hit. So on the way out, the nice woman in the wheelchair thinks we're like a couple, and she's like,
you two are so sweet. Give him a hand job.
So sweet. I was like, well, and I basically said,
let me get my camera out. Take your top off.
And I said, I wish. And then I said, we just kind of broke up or we didn't even start because, and I basically said, I'm too old and she's dead inside. So there's no hope.
I'm too old. She's dead inside. She fucking hates me.
Yeah. This is why I hope you put clips in. And she because I asked her like, is it because I'm too old, or like, are you dead inside? And she laughed at it. She thought it was funny, so that's why I said it, because I'm like, well, she seems to be in on the joke.
They love that kind of language, though. She's 34, which means she's a millennial, basically, kind of like toward the end of the millennials, or
she's toward the ends of a lot of things, and that's all I'm gonna say.
But
yeah, but I'm like, let's see. I don't want to. I'm really trying not to put certain people down where I'm like, there's always a glimmer of hope. Maybe she'll come around. But Maybe she'll call me back.
So you like her?
I do like her.
Okay.
So I don't want to say anything too bad, but I'm like, I'm always like, you know, that scene from was it The Office, where he's like, I'm sorry if I annoyed you with my friendship. That's how I feel. I'm like, do you not want to?
It's going to drive me nuts. Can you send me a link to the Facebook page? I just need a face.
I will.
Do it right now. I want to judge her.
Don't do anything now. Oh, okay. We're gonna judge women. Okay.
I'll judge. I can judge.
I can handle things. I'm smart.